All right, what's up, everybody? It's been a minute. I didn't really want to do a reaction or commentary video today, but kind of just want to talk about some trading stuff and I guess see how people would feel like if I started, like, I guess helping traders out with trading. But one of the reasons I've always kind of felt a little bit off with that is because I know a lot of people talk about like systems and trading and stuff like that, but sometimes it's just like a gut feel, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things that I think is extremely hard because it's like I could give you my system or like what I do or how I decide to place trades, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And if you don't have that innate feel, like the system wouldn't even work for you, because I think one of the things a lot of people look for in trading is like systematic. People want to be like a robot. But I think a lot of people don't really think about the alpha in having discretionary positions and trading positions. So, I mean, it's a really light week for me. So I'm going to show you one of my prop accounts, some trades I placed on Tuesday. And also kind of why, like, it's one of those things where sometimes you're in trades and you're like, dang, why did I take this trade? Which I've mentioned a bit, but then also like sometimes you'll take profit on a position and you literally got profit right before the market reverses. And then also when you take profit on a position and you're just like, dang, I wish I would have held this one. So, I mean, it was a pretty like crazy day. So what I'll do is I had my prop account up, but you could see my account number, and I think people were saying like you don't want people to see it even if it's prop. I don't know, but I took a screenshot of it. So on Tuesday it was up a little bit over grand. Placed 12 trades. You can see average hold time is 33 seconds. These are pretty quick scalps. And in this trade right here, the $325 loss, it was a trade that I shouldn't have even placed. So we'll go over that one first because it was my I think it was the second trade of the day. But then as you can see, like, you know, I just get these little small wins. You know, I think my biggest one was at this one, $575. So yeah, like I kind of just want to go over my trades from Tuesday and hopefully it can provide some value for you. But yeah, so I accidentally was switching between micro NASDAQ and, you know, the regular minis, and I placed a trade on accident on the micro, and then I was like, I just got out of it. Like, I think this was like right before open. Yeah, this was right before open. And yeah, so that was a trade I didn't really want to take. But then this one was the one where I was like, oh my God, I kind of just started seeing the market rally, and I had a bias for longs. Sorry about that. I had a bias for long, so I ended up going long NAS, like right here, like right at the high too. So right at the high of this candle. So I ended up going long here, and then the market starts to pull back, and then I'm like, my stop was down here somewhere. You know, let's make that a visual. So like my stop was down here, something like that. And I'll just make a random take profit. So anyways, my stop was like that, and then I was like, oh my God, like it's better for me to just take the $300 loss, because I had, oh yeah, so I had all my stops automatically at 100 ticks, so I was risking $500 per trade. So and then that's another, like when you're scalping, like you're day trading, you gotta have to have like a fixed amount, and then maybe you might move your stop just a little bit if you wanted to have like a swing low or swing high or something like that. But I'd rather just keep it at 500, and then, like, you know, if I lose 500, I just gotta make it back. So anyways, it went long here. I think I moved my stop like that, But then the thing was, is like, I was like, dang, like, it's one of those days where it's like, really my stop should have been down here at like the moving average. And if I would have did that, like, yeah, I would have been taking on more risk, but that's really how the system is supposed to go. So anyways, I had like a $500 loss. I was like, you know what? It was like kind of hovering around 200, 250. And I think I just ended up taking a loss like that at like 3. And this loss still happened on the same candle, by the way. So like really how my system was supposed to go is I'm supposed to wait for a retracement. Like, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen PW Patrick Whalen, but I kind of like to have these retracement candles and then buy the break of the candle. So I ended up taking this trade right here. I don't remember how much of it I got of this move specifically, but this was a trade here, which was positive 575. And as you can see, it was like a 46-second trade. Like, it was very fast. Now, these trades here, I don't remember the entries. So I don't, you know, I remember one entry, because it was the one where I was like, thank God I got out of this position. It was right here. I tried to buy the high of this one, and the craziest part is I think I had it like kind of like that, and then I moved my stop, and this is the craziest part. I moved my stop, like, let me get this thing like that. So I moved my stop like that, and I meant to just get it like close to break even, but I think I made like $100. It's one of these trades here. I think it was this one, because I started scalping just because I was like, man, I want to make $1,000 a day. Now, so I just started like getting in and out like quick. Like, as you can see, this was a 1 second trade for like $30. Now that, like, I will say this was stupid, but I just had my mindset on $1,000. So anyways, I know this last trade is the one where I was like, okay, I think I was at like $960 or something like that. It was 9 something. And then I was like, I just need a nice little move to catch. So, as you can see, we're beneath the 200 period moving average and the 34 period moving average. I think, yeah, both of these are exponential. I went short here. This is one of the trades, and then I moved my stop to break even. So, like, as a scalper, like, I want to de-risk these positions as quick as possible. Oh dang! You know what, I can just do that. Yeah, there we go. So I want to de-risk these as soon as possible. So like my stop will be like $500 or whatever. Or, you know, hang on. Really, my stop is like right around here at 100 ticks. So the entry would have been here. I think I got filled here or something like that, and then I moved my stop to break even. But then this was a decent little volatility, and I just started selling. I know this is bad, but it's kind of one of those things where you kind of feel like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you're like, I think I can catch a little bit of this move. And anyways, so I ended up going short like here, and I moved my stop to break even so quick, and I made like and then like a little bit of past break even to make the 100 and something bucks. But then, as you can see, this move was so nice, and I was like, oh my god. But I didn't want to just jump back in, because at that point I had reached the grand, and I was like, you know what, let me just cut it. There's no need for me to push it, because one of the things that will happen is, like, for example, let's say I have a position like this, and I end up selling like right here at the low. And this is usually how the tilt starts. You know what I mean? Like, you end up selling the low or buying a high. Like, you end up buying something like this, and you're just like, oh my god, like, why did I put myself in this position? And I really could have done it. Like, you know, I think that's one of the craziest things about trading, is that sometimes you just get lucky. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with your skill as a trader or anything. You just get luck. You know, like God was just with you, you know, on that position. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I feel as though it's hard to, at least for me, like I've never fully felt comfortable like teaching people how to trade or anything like that, because so much of what I do is luck, and then sometimes like I really just go through it. Like I just feel like I can't win. Like sometimes I really feel like I can't win. And I know there's other traders out here that feel like that sometimes, man. Like sometimes you feel like, oh man, like I'm the guy, like I got this. And then sometimes you're just like, man, what the hell am I doing with my life, man? Like seriously. Like oh my god, it's crazy. So anyways, I didn't trade today because it was Fed. I'm not gonna bring that up. I'm not gonna, like, I don't want to accidentally bring up some random window and then you guys like see my like real name or something. But anyways, it's just Eon for you guys. So anyways, this would have been a great day as well, but I just, whenever I've really lost money, it's been on Fed. Like whenever the Fed's gonna do something, it's just the markets are really choppy as it is already. But it would have been a good day, so that's why I'm kind of like, you know, I'm maneuvering with this new entry style. I really do like it, waiting for that little, you know, retracement. So this would have been a good trade right at the open short. I wouldn't have had another trade until here, which would have been a long, and then this would have been another long. And ideally, I might have taken this, but ideally, I want to keep my trades as minimal as possible. Like I have to trade the open. Like one of the things that I've realized, I guess even over like the last months, is just like my discipline on just trading my setup, and then also like my time. Like for example, like I can you can almost always find a reason to trade, and it's horrible. It's a horrible trait to have, but you know, I saw this long when I first came to the office today. I saw this long. I think I came here like 6 or 7 or something like that. But anyways, it's like almost 2. But I saw this long, and I was like, man, I really want to trade this, and then I would have made money. I probably would have ended up buying a high or something, but I would have, you know, risk management would have taken care of that. And then I saw this short, and the reason why I'm talking about this as well is because I also saw the short right here, and I was like, you know, I didn't trade it all. I didn't trade none of that. I didn't trade any of this. And then I saw this trade here, and then I was like Eon, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you gonna try and place a trade at like 1 a.m. when this isn't your edge? And the reason why I'm talking about that is because, you know, I know that there are other traders who kind of like know what to do. Like, you know what to do, you know how to make money, but the greed and like, I guess the excitement of trading, and like if you really love trading, like I love it, like I know you go through it as well. Like you have to remember that it's like a business and you're not a gambler. Even though it's like, I know like a lot of people, like traders and stuff, will want to say that trading isn't gambling, and they don't want to give it that kind of stigma or anything like that. But you know, I think there are some similar traits that come with like people who are addicted to gambling and people who could potentially be addicted to trading. Like I really love to trade, but one of the things that I've been thinking about is like, do I love money more than I love trading? You know what I mean? Because if I love trading, then I'll just place a trade just to place a trade. But if I love like the process of my trading system and the money, then I don't know, some people are gonna be like, yo, you should never love money. But I mean, stop trying to look into stuff, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to be super analytical about stuff like that. Oh man, see, I saw this long, and then, you know, I was, you know, we're talking right now, we're talking. But you know, you see all these potential trades and then like all these potential moves and stuff like that, and you're like, man, I want to take it, but it's not within your system. And then having the discipline to to stay true to your system and your time frame, and like knowing when your edge is there is sometimes the hardest part, especially for me. Like over these last few months, like I've been emotionally compromised. Like I haven't really talked about it on this channel, but you know, there is a extremely traumatic event that happened to me a couple years ago, which is why I stopped making videos. And in March, like I just like it started in February, but in March, like I mean, like I was just all over the place. Just like I can't even explain it. Can't even explain it. And even now, like I still feel somewhat compromised, but you know, you have to make money. So like I'm just pushing through. But yeah, I mean, like trading is so awesome, and then it can also just like destroy you if you're not careful, because like all the like the mental stuff you go through as a trader. Like for example, like you're trying to build a system that you trust, but then I think also it's like a majority of systems fail. A majority of systems fail at some point. And we're all looking to try and be like this trader that never takes a losing position. Like even as you can see, like this day, I had a 91% win rate. Like I had one loss out of 12 trades. So I won 11 trades and lost one. And the thing is like, there are days where you can still be profitable and have like a 30 or 40% win rate. Now you can't do that with this type of system, because I mean you need the wins, because as you can see, like that one, it would take a decent amount to make back a loss. But like I digress. So some days it's like you feel as though your edge just isn't there, and maybe it might be better for you to just stop trading. But then it's also like the fear of being like a failure, or I'm sitting here at this computer so I should be doing something, or I've lost this money, I have to make it back. And you know, I think like a lot of beginner traders will feel as though like once I understand it, like it'll be easy and I'll love trading and I'll never regret going down this path of trading. But like sometimes like you do feel the regret, like what, like should I have done something else with my life, or should I have started a business doing something else? Because it's just like you're really like you just can't get a win. And one of the things I've learned from like some mentors who are super successful traders, I mean, like they could be market wizards if they wanted to be known type traders. But then even they go through the periods of the year where it's like you can't get a win, or you're like, man, why am I still trading? Like, why am I putting myself through this emotional like distress of speculating markets? And even when it just comes to like people who aren't trading with leverage and you're just trading stocks or bonds or whatever, and you might not even be trading leverage, you're just an investor, but it's like there are going to be times where your investments just are just getting wrecked. And the reason why like I wanted to make this video is, for one, I wanted to just talk about, you know, a little bit of like trading psychology and just some trades I've placed, and also why I felt a little weird about like teaching people trading, because like for one, like my system has never been like 100% locked. Like I'm always trying to learn something different. Like I'm always trying to add, I guess, more EV or you know, expected value. Like I'm always trying to find things that can make my edge more edge, you know what I mean? Like make my edge more sharp, or, you know, iron sharpens iron type of shit. So, yeah, like I just feel as though like whenever I'm looking at social media, it's like everybody's making trading seem like it's like rainbow and sunshine and like it's easy, but it's not. Like it's really not. Like I'm showing you guys these trades here, But like, man, it's some days where I'm blowing these funded accounts and I'm like, why the hell am I even like trading these funded accounts? Like, why am I not just trading my own capital? And then I'm like, you know, I would rather have, if I can trade prop with futures or options, like I would rather do that. But then it's like, some days I'm like, man, like if I like, there's so many rules when it comes to these props. Then like, if I was just trading my own account, I would be fine because I can handle the drawdown. But then also it's like, I am limited in the amount of capital that I currently have. So it's like, I have to be as efficient as possible. And in being as efficient as possible, it makes sense for me to trade these props right now. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you gained some value from it. If you like talking about like real trader shit, like, and not just like, oh my God, like the system is 100% win rate. Like you'll never lose with this. Like you'll be able to make $1,000 every single day. Like, no, man. A majority of the days I make money. Oh, and then another reason why I wanted to talk about this. I'm sorry. I know it sounds like the video's about to end, but give me like 2 more minutes. So, one of the things I realized over the last few months with my mental state was, since I was like, I guess, emotionally and mentally compromised from, I guess we could just say like anxiety from an event that happened a couple years ago in March. I was trying a lot of different things. Like I tried, like I know my edge is like on a 2-minute and a 5-minute chart, but for the last few months, like I was trying to trade on ticks. I was trying like the 1,000 tick, 2,000 tick, 4,000 tick, 8,000 tick, 500 tick. I mean 5,000 tick. I was trying on a 1-minute chart, and now this is where I was like, I should have known better, because over my trading career, every single time that I try and go to a 1-minute chart, I lose money. And, you know, in saying that, I knew like when I was trading like futures and Forex in 2022, I believe, I was like, whenever I go to a 1-minute chart, I know I need to stop trading because I have no edge. I've never been able to have an edge on a 1-minute chart. I don't know what it is about a 2-minute chart or a 5-minute chart that give me edge. Maybe I'm trading less or I'm getting less signals. But I mean, I was blowing these accounts left and right, at least for futures. I was blowing these accounts left and right in futures. And it was because I was trying to trade. Like I was getting too many signals on the 1-minute or the tick chart, and you know, I ended up buying a high or selling a low so much, or just like getting completely wrecked with, you know, a quick reversal. And then also you have to consider, over the last 2 months we've been in a war with Iran. The United States government has been in a war with Iran. I haven't been in a war with Iran. So the United States government has been in a war with Iran, which has created a lot of volatility. And from a macro perspective, let's talk about that real quick. I've been bullish. I will say this. I am almost 95% bullish, no matter what. Hang on, let's go back to the chart. I view these pullbacks. Now, I will say, like, this was just sideways since like October. Yeah, it was like late October. It's just market was sideways. I view this as like just volatility. I don't really view this as, oh yeah, we're about to go into a recession, blah blah blah. You know, I know a lot of people trying to put this FUD out and all that type of stuff, but I mean, these are just pullbacks. This was the tariffs or whatever. But when you look from a macro perspective, like GDP, you know, it is slowing, but it's still decent. You know, inflation is decent. The Fed isn't talking about quantitative tightening, so it's like, why am I gonna start selling off assets that I have a long-term view on, just because there's a volatility event? So I view this war with Iran, volatility event. Tariff war, volatility event. I don't know. I don't even remember what this was, but just the volatility event. 2022, this was not a volatility event. The January, I think it was January 2nd or something like that, or maybe the 3rd. It was something like that. But anyways, the Fed decided to do quantitative tightening. That is not a volatility event. That is not recession, but you should expect quantitative tightening to have a decent pullback in markets until, you know, things get rosy and sunshine again. So that didn't happen until 2023. But anyways, I'm going to call it a day because it is late. I want to upload this video before I leave the office. So anyways, I appreciate you checking out the video. If you could, please share, like, comment, all that jazz, hype up the video. I would appreciate it if you could share it. I want to start making these videos a little bit more, but you know, I will say that it is a little bit discouraging when you get like 1 or 2 views. So and I'm not gonna be one of those guys that's like gonna clickbait you and be like, I made $1 billion today trading NASDAQ with this 100% win rate. So I'm not about to do all this stuff. So if you made it to this far in the video, I appreciate the watch time and all that. And until next time, peace.
Man, even Jesus had a shooter, and God be having unbelievers that didn't mess up their demeanor. And yes, they know it's hard, they know, cause when they be up in those trenches, man, they show out. But what they do